IndyCar and Formula One drivers are flocking to NASCAR like never before. Well, that's a lie. NASCAR's first open-wheel invasion started in 2007 with the likes of Juan Pablo Montoya, AJ Allmendinger, and Dario Franchitti. With this next-gen car, we are seeing F1 drivers like Kimi Raikkonen and Daniel Kvyat that are going to race, and many others interested. With this and other drivers coming into the sport, I am officially calling that this will be the beginning of the Open Wheel Invasion 2.0. We are going to dive into all of that here in a couple of minutes, but I initially want to dive into NASCAR's first Open Wheel Invasion super quick. After Tony Stewart made the transition to NASCAR in the early 2000s from IndyCar, former F1 driver Juan Pablo Montoya made the switch in 2007. After seeing some success, many other drivers like Jacques Villeneuve, Dario Franchitti, Patrick Carperntier, AJ Allmendinger, and Sam Hornish Jr. made the transition. AJ Allmendinger has seen the most success of all of the drivers on the list, with 2 Cup Series wins and 12 Xfinity wins. Montoya also has 2 Cup wins to his name. All of the Cup wins between these 2 drivers were at road courses. The others unfortunately did not have as much success. Hornish would be next in line, winning 5 Xfinity races and had multiple shots at the Cup Series. Villeneuve had some impressive runs in the Xfinity Series, but can never close out and win a race. Carperntier and Franchitti were out of the sport as quickly as they entered it. So that invasion lasted a couple of years, from 2007 to 2008, and only one of them still race in NASCAR, and that is AJ Allmendinger. The open-wheel drivers that are stepping into NASCAR now in some form or another are former IndyCar driver Sage Karam, former open-wheel invader and F1 champion Jacques Villeneuve, active IndyCar driver and champion Helio Castroneves, F1 champion Kimi Raikkonen, and former F1 driver Daniil Kvyat. The Open Wheel Invasion 2.0 really picked up this year, but it was last year whenever the first driver made the move to NASCAR. It was actually Sage Karam who started this. He won the Indy Lights Championship at 18 years old in 2013, and over the course of 9 years, made only 25 starts in IndyCar. It is no wonder that he wanted to make a change, just because his talent was going to waste. He made his first start in the Xfinity Series in 2021 at the Indianapolis Road Course, and has made 6 more starts since, splitting time between Tommy Joe Martin's team and Jordan Anderson's team. He hasn't shown the results yet, especially since he's been with some mid-pack teams, but has shown some pace early on in his NASCAR venture. He's also had his fair share of drama. The next domino to fall was Jacques Villeneuve. He made starts in NASCAR dating back to 2007 in the Truck Series, all the way to a Cup start in 2013. He has had some great runs, most notably in the early 2010s at his home track at Montreal in the Xfinity Series. He made the Daytona 500 this year with the newly founded Team Hesseberg. He had a solid 22nd place run and plans to make more starts throughout the year, as his goal is to assist the team to get off the ground running. Team Trackhouse announced a special project, Project 91, early in the summer of this year. Team owner Justin Marks announced that the new third car would be the seed of international talent from other forms of motorsports, allowing drivers from all over to dip their toe into the sport. The first driver for this experiment is none other than the 2007 Formula One champion and seasoned veteran Kimi Raikkonen. Kimi is no stranger to the sport, as he made an Xfinity start and truck start for Kyle Busch Motorsports back in 2011, both at Charlotte and Oval. This was actually Kyle Busch's first Xfinity race as an owner. Anyways, this is huge. A former F1 champion and a top-tier Cup ride. I really expect Kimi to do great. Like, top 10 great, honestly. Although he just retired from F1, he has a very diverse racing background, and I think he will be able to adapt quickly, especially with his tests and simulator time. It is hard to count out one of the most experienced F1 drivers in history. If anything, he should produce some great sound bites. Although Kimi probably won't do much more in NASCAR after this start, this next F1 driver has other plans. Daniil Kvyat competed in 6 Formula One seasons from 2014 to 2020. He raced for Red Bull and the Red Bull Junior teams Toro Rosso and AlphaTauri. Over the course of the race weekend at Road America this year, Daniil seemingly popped out of nowhere. He was at the track with Team Hesseberg and was very open in multiple interviews with Bob Pockrass. He announced that it would be very likely that he was going to start a race at a road course in the next couple of months. Now, this isn't too surprising from an F1 driver looking to get into NASCAR, but what he said next is extremely intriguing. He said that he would like to get experience on ovals as well because he wants to race in NASCAR full time. Now that's a bombshell. Although Daniil is not as big of a name as Kimi is, it is still really cool that he has a big interest in racing in NASCAR. He said that he attended a Martinsville race in 2021 and wanted to give it a shot. With all of this said, he is not officially confirmed for any races, but NASCAR has approved him to race Cup at road courses. It's unfortunate because there aren't too many competitive seats opened, and there are already a lot of young guns in the team's pipelines to fill up upcoming vacant spots. He may have to start at the bottom with a slow team like Team Hesseberg and hope they can improve. This is definitely a story I am going to be watching closely. The last major driver that is in at least talks of racing NASCAR is current IndyCar driver Helio Castroneves. In a deal with Don Hawk, Elio was promised a shot at the Daytona 500 when he won his first SRX race. It is not yet confirmed that he's actually going to race or with what team, but it's a major topic in the community. Project 91 over at Trackhouse seems to be like the natural fit. However, plans beyond the potential Daytona 500 start have not been reported. So that is all of the open wheel drivers who are competing or talking about competing in NASCAR in the near future. However, to complete the invasion, there are many other prospects out there that could potentially race in NASCAR. With Project 91, the sky's the limit in regards to who could actually fill the seat in the coming years. One driver who Justin Marks has name dropped on multiple occasions is Danny Ricciardo. His childhood hero was Dale Earnhardt and actually got to drive one of his cars this year at COTA. Further, his lack of performance in F1 suggests that he may be out of a ride soon. Although nothing but speculation has come out, it is noteworthy that people in the F1 community are actually talking about this. In one of F1's biggest podcasts, the WTF1 podcast, the three hosts discussed a hot take in which they stated Ricciardo could leave F1 in the coming years and race in NASCAR. This seems like something right up Ricciardo's alley if he leaves the Formula 1 scene. The next and final prospect is potentially the biggest name in racing worldwide, and that is Sir Lewis Hamilton. According to EssentiallySports.com, in March of this year, Lewis mentioned that one day he would really like to try driving in NASCAR. He also revealed that he would also want to compete in a competitive NASCAR race in the future. Further, Hamilton is not signed to race in F1 beyond the 2023 season. This would be huge. A 7-time F1 champion and the winningest driver in the top form of open wheel racing coming over to NASCAR. Of course, I'm sure many drivers say that they would like to come race in NASCAR, and it doesn't mean that they really will do it. Sometimes the opportunity may arise, or they may just simply never go for it. Overall, I think it's great to see a lot of interest in NASCAR from global motorsports. Factors that I think led to this invasion of open wheel drivers is the new next-gen car, the amount of road courses in the series, Project 91, and the low car counts in open wheel leagues like IndyCar and Formula 1. With twice as many spots to fill in NASCAR and a smaller driver pool since it's just a predominantly American series, then the odds to get a ride are in their favor. I think we will see more guys succeed this time around, given how road course ringers like Michael McDowell and Joey Hand are faring in this new car. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I hope you did enjoy. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you never miss a video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.